I'm River Gibbs. When young people in my generation want some entertainment, all we have to do is go to the internet, or maybe see a movie, or check out the 300 channels on our cable TV box. But when my grandparents were young, aside from reading a good book or spending Saturday at the movies, the best way to have fun was to listen to the radio. During the next hour, we'll turn back the clock and hear the old-time radio shows young America liked the best. One of the genuine pioneer shows in children's television was Howdy Doody. But did you know that there was a radio version of the broadcast? Well, for several years, NBC engineers took the soundtrack from the television show, added additional material, and wrapped all of it into a series of half-hour weekend radio shows. The radio version of Howdy Doody only lasted 2 seasons, so we are lucky to have any of the episodes. After we hear from Buffalo Bob and the rest, we'll visit a little-known quarter-hour children's religious show as created and voiced by voice artist Jimmy Weldon, with the help of his little duck friend, Webster Webfoot. Then we'll end the hour with a World War II show called Dimes for Defense. First, the radio version of Howdy Doody.
Say, kids, what time is it? Boys and girls, and howdy, Buffalo Bob. Well, howdy, Mr. Doody. And boys and girls at home and kids here in the gallery, let's go! Yes, sir, and here we are again with more Howdy Doody time, transcribed direct from Doodyville, with Howdy and all the gang. Princess Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring.
Hello, Buffalo Bob.
And Dilly Dally.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Phineas T. Buster.
The T is for Tweety.
I know. And the Flubadub.
Where would they be without me?
And our friend from Mars, Zabby.
Well, how do you do?
Yes, how do you do?
And this is the Peanut Gallery. Hey! Well, kids, today all our songs are about the sea and the people who sail on it. And you know, I can't think of a better song to start off with than our own Navy song, Anchors Aweigh. Right, Howdy? Oh, yes, sir, Buffalo Bob. And I've got Zabby's Foro-Doodle all set up here. So you kids just listen to what comes out when I play and sing into it. Here goes. Anchors aweigh, my boys, anchors aweigh. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day, 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 day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the foam. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. they'd like to have me do for them if I'm elected.
Hey, well, don't bother, kiddo. You won't be elected.
What?
My man, Mr. X, is going to be the next president.
Oh, well, what makes...
Because Mr. X has more caucuses than the polls of the delegations, including the seated faction of the Rules Committee.
Would you say that again?
I couldn't.
Now, let's see. Now, first we need a chairman.
First, we need a chair. I happen to have a chair outside that we can use.
Oh, well, okay. Buffalo Bob, you can be the chairman.
I object.
Well, why?
I don't know. Everybody always objects.
All right, now look. Now, the chair will put the objection to a vote. All those in favor of the objection will signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed will say no.
There, you see, it's a tie.
Oh, now, wait a minute. The chair rules the objection out of order.
It's a jip. The chair didn't say anything. You said it.
No, I didn't. Now, order.
Besides, it's my chair.
The delegate will please come to order.
I'll take my chair back. That's what I'll do.
I say order.
I'd like a ham sandwich with a chocolate soda.
Now, what are you talking about, Flubadub?
I thought you were taking orders.
Now, don't be silly.
Hey, wait a minute. That's on my head.
I declare the Democratic National Convention now in session. We are here to nominate a candidate for president of all the kids in the United States.
Mr. Chairman.
The chair recognizes Delegate Flubadub.
I would like to place a nomination, a man who has done,
What's the matter, Flub?
I forget what he's done.
Oh, you kidding.
Well, anyhow, I would like to place a nomination for president of the kids, your friend and mine, Howdy Doody!
All right. Convention will please come to order.
I object.
All right, the chair recognizes Delegate Mr. Buster.
I demand the poll.
Oh, now, wait a minute. The chair rules the delegate is out of order.
I demand a poll or I'm going to walk out of this convention, and then you'll be pretty uncomfortable.
Why?
I'll take my chair with me.
Oh, don't be so silly.
Mr. Chairman, do you recognize me?
The chair recognizes Delegate Dilly-Dally. What do you want?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if you recognized me.
Please. Now, this is serious business. Any more nominating speeches?
Yes. I would like to place a nomination. A man who is my choice for president of the kids. And I nominate him, whether you like it or not. I nominate a man you all know and love. Mr. X. Right. Blah, blah. I demand a poll.
Well, your request is denied. We will now have a voice vote. All those in favor of Howdy Doody. All those in favor of Mr. X.
See? It's a tie again.
In the opinion of the chair, Howdy Doody wins. Yes, sir.
Wait a minute! How can a chair have an opinion? What is this silly old chair now anyhow? Besides, it's my chair.
Order.
I'm walking out. I'm going to leave this convention and go fishing. But before I go, I demand a pole.
Well, what for?
For fishing. How can I go fishing if I don't have a pole?
Oh, don't be silly. Now, I declare the convention closed, and the winner and nominee for the Democrat Party to be Howdy Doody! Boys and girls, Mister, stop that.
Oh, I was robbed.
Boys and girls, thank you for the honor of nominating me for president of the kids. And if I'm elected, I promise you I will do everything in my power to see that the thingamajigs that you kids have suggested are made into laws. But first, I must be elected. Boy, Mr. X will be a difficult opponent to beat. So let me remind you kids again to vote for me in November, and I thank you, kids. Oh, well, gang, there's the end of our convention. And it was pretty exciting.
It was a jip. I'm going to hold my own convention and nominate Mr. X.
All right, Mr. Bluster, you do that. But gee, kids, you know, we still don't know who Mr. X is. I wonder who he could be. Well, maybe we'll find out next week. Yankee Doodle came to town upon a little pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle doodle doo, Yankee Doodle dandy, all the lads and lassies are as sweet as sugar candy. Okay, now all you boys and girls at home, let's hear you sing it. Come on! Yankee Doodle came to town upon a little pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle doodle doo, Yankee Doodle dandy, all the lads and lassies are as sweet as sugar candy. Right now, it's time for a song. And say, I have one about a seagoing character you all know, Popeye the Sailor. Now, let's see. Popeye's voice is very, very low. No, even lower than that. Yeah, way down here. Oh, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Yeah. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish 'cause I eats my spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm one tough gazookas which hates all palookas. What ain't on the up and square? I biff some and buff some and always outrough some, and none of them gets nowhere. 'Cause I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor. Oh, well, thank you, Popeye. That was wonderful. Thank you, Bob Smith. kids, today we have our friend from Mars, Zabby, back with us again. And you know, there's been a lot of talk lately about those why Zabby says things twice. It's because he has two heads.
Oh, of course I have two heads.
Why, yes, of course. Doesn't everybody?
Oh, well, hi, Zabby. No, you see, we people on Earth only have one head.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Two heads are better than one, you know.
Yes, and too many cooks spoil the broth.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
I don't know.
Well, then why did you say it?
I was just telling him so in case he ever wanted to make some broth, he wouldn't spoil it by using too many cooks.
Oh, you're foolish.
So are you.
You're worse.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute, Zabby, please. Now, don't fight with yourself. Now, look, I would like to find out about those flying saucers. People think they come from Mars. Is that right?
Oh, yes.
Yes, indeed. They certainly come from Mars.
Oh, really? Well, then they actually do come from Mars.
Positively, absolutely.
Oh.
Yes, positively, absolutely.
Zabby.
Absolutely, positively.
Zabby.
Oh, what he said.
Zabby. Now, look, tell me, who is responsible for these flying saucers?
My wife, Mrs. Abby.
Yes, Mrs. Abby, my wife. The woman I married, you know.
Your wife. But, how come?
Well, my wife can't make a decent cup of coffee.
Oh.
No, she can't. It's awful stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's always like dishwater.
Yes. Every day I tell her, please put a little coffee in it.
But you can't tell her anything.
No. Everything you tell her goes in one head and comes out the other.
Yeah, I know, but, what does all that have to do with these flying saucers?
Well, I sit down for breakfast and taste the coffee, and I say, "Phooey, this is awful."
Sometimes I say it.
Well, we both say it.
Oh, I see. And then what happens?
Well, then she picks up the coffee and throws the saucer at me.
And I duck, and the saucer sails out the window.
And down to her.
Oh, so that explains it. Well, then they really are flying saucers. Well, now, look, that's very, very interesting, Zabby, but tell me, aren't you just about out of saucers and coffee cups by now?
Well, yes, we are, but that works out fine.
Oh?
Yes, fine. You see, there's nothing to drink coffee out of, so I have milk for breakfast.
Oh. Well, then you don't fight with your wife at breakfast anymore.
Oh, yes, we still fight.
Only now she throws the milk bottle at me.
Oh, I see. Well, anyhow, I guess we won't be seeing any more flying saucers.
No, but pretty soon you'll be seeing flying milk bottles.
Oh, well, we'll be looking for them, and, thank you very, very much, Zabby.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Goodbye.
Yes, so long.
Well, kids, now that we know what flying saucers are, let's have another sea song. And here's a song that all the sailors used to sing in the olden days when they were far away from home, and their wives and sweethearts were on the other side of the ocean. This is called My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. Princess?
My Bonnie is over the ocean. My Bonnie is over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Oh, blow ye winds over the ocean, and blow ye winds over the sea. Oh, blow ye winds over the ocean, and bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. The winds have blown over the ocean. The winds have blown over the sea. The winds have blown over the ocean and brought back my Bonnie to me. Bring back,
And Princess, many thanks.
Thank you, Buffalo Bob.
And now, kids, it's time for our Howdy Doody problem of the week. And this week's problem was sent in by Diane Hines of Rock Island, Illinois. And she writes, "My sister and I are always arguing about colors. I think red is the prettiest color, and she thinks green is. What do you think?" Well, now, wait a minute, kids. Let's see how the gang here feels about it. Howdy, what's your favorite color?
Oh, gosh, that's a tough one, Buffalo Bob. I guess my favorite is blue.
Oh, blue? Well, why blue?
Well, the sky is blue, and the ocean is blue, and lots of things that I like are blue.
Well, that's good enough reason, Howdy. All right,
Give me some suggestions.
all right, would you say, green,
No.
blue,
No.
red?
No. Try pink.
All right, pink?
No.
Oh. Now, orange, vermilion, brown, yellow, maroon, indigo, violet.
Oh, wait a minute. I know.
Oh, what is it?
Black.
What? You mean black is your favorite color?
Yes, I think everything should be black.
Oh, really? Why, Flub?
Well, if everything were black, then nobody could see if I left a ring around the bathtub.
Oh, I see. All right, fine. Forget it. Oh, Flubadub.
Oh, yeah. What's Junior been saying?
Just silly stuff. But Flubadub, tell me, what's your favorite color?
Gurple.
I beg your pardon, what color?
I said my favorite color is Gurple.
Oh, wait a minute. You're not sick, are you, Flub?
No, that's my favorite color, all right. Gurple.
Well, I've never heard of anything being Gurple.
Well, you see, it's a combination of green and purple. Gurple.
Oh, I see. Well, it doesn't sound very nice to me, but if you like it, all right, fine. Forget it. Mr. Buster, what's your favorite color?
Me? Oh, my favorite color is the color of my dog, Whitey.
Oh, so you're just white.
No, brown. Whitey is a brown dog.
Oh, a brown dog. Well, why don't you call him Brownie?
I can't. That's the canary's name.
Oh, I see. The canary's brown, huh?
No, she...
5.
5 years old. And what's your favorite color?
Brown.
Brown. Why, Dolly?
'Cause I...
Little fellow, what's your name, Sonny?
Kenneth Cully.
What is it?
John Kenneth Cully.
All right, Johnny, and how old are you?
5.
5. And what's your favorite color?
Black.
Black. Why, Johnny?
Because my dog is black.
Oh, your dog is black. What's his name?
Skippy.
Skippy. What kind of a dog is he?
A part retriever.
A part retriever?
Yeah.
What part is retriever?
A Labrador retriever.
Oh, I see. He's part Labrador retriever and part what else?
A part retriever.
Oh.
What's that?
Well, how big is the retriever part?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, all right. I just wondered. But you like your little doggy so much
Yeah.
that because he is black, black is your favorite color.
Yeah.
Is that right? And how old are you?
5.
You're 5 years old. All right. Good luck to you. What's your doggy's name?
Skippy.
Skippy. You say hello to Skippy for me, will you?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, little fella. Who's this little girl?
Callie and Dulcie.
Well, hello, Dolly. And how old are you?
4.
4. And what's your favorite color?
White. No, my teeth white.
Oh, your favorite color is white?
Yeah.
Because your teeth are white. Now, let me see your teeth. Oh, they're very, very pretty. And you promise now that you're going to keep them white, too, won't you? And you're going to brush them all the time. Is that right? All right, Dolly. Don't forget, after every meal, you brush your teeth, won't you? So that you'll keep them nice and...
Okay.
Nice and what?
White.
White. That's the girl.
My name is Jimmy.
Well, hello, Jimmy.
I'm 5 and a half.
You're 5 and a half?
Yeah.
And what's your favorite color, Jimmy?
Yellow.
Yellow. Why?
Because I have a Dodger shirt is yellow.
You have a what?
Dodger shirt is yellow.
You've got a Dodger shirt?
Yeah.
And it's yellow.
Yeah.
You mean you're rooting for the Dodgers?
Yeah.
You think they're going to win? Kids, those were all very good answers, and Diane Hines, frankly, I don't think any one color is too much better than another. It's just a matter of your own personal taste. Well, kids, there's our problem for today, and next week we're going to have another one for you. Oh, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Kids, I know you know this round. Row, row, row your boat. So come on, suppose we all sing it. Now, here we go.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
From the early 1950s, a rare recording of Howdy Doody on radio. Now, let's switch gears and have a lesson from the Bible. Jimmy Weldon was one of the nation's first children's TV hosts. He did his first show on a major station in Dallas in 1950. By the 1960s, using the voice he supplied for his duck friend Webster Webfoot, he was asked to be the voice of Yankee Doodle on the Yogi Bear Show. It was during that time that he produced a 13-week Bible show for young people. Then we'll hear a World War II show aimed at children. Now, Jimmy Weldon and Webster Webfoot from 1964.
Hi, everybody. This is Webster Webfoot.
Yes, and I'm Uncle Jimmy Weldon saying welcome to Fun Time with the Bible. Good day, and it's a happy day. And we had a grand week. Hope you did too, gang. And we'll be continuing our story of the shepherd who led a whole nation.
Oh, that's a good story.
Thank you, Webster. And it's one of my favorites, too. You know, there's several parts to our story. The first one was the basket that became a boat.
That was Moses as a baby.
Right. Moses was a baby, and his mother put him in the little basket made of bulrushes in the Nile River, and the Pharaoh's daughter saved him. Then later, we've gone to the second part of our story called the talking fire.
Yeah, that's the bush that was burning.
Right. Hey, what's going on?
Burning. Stop.
Hey, fellas,
Stop.
hold it.
Hey, boss,
Hold it, please. Where have you been? You're covered with stickers.
Uh-oh.
Webster, did you let them out in that vacant lot next door?
I forgot to outside.
Oh, we have such a nice backyard. It's all fenced in. It's just for them.
I'm sorry.
Baby, stop trying to play. Now, be still. You look like a thorn bush. These little foxtails can get down their ears and can puncture their eardrums.
They can.
Certainly. It's Oh, they're so hard to pull off. They just twist and go right straight in.
Well, I'll be.
That's Mother Nature's way of planting.
What?
Nature's way of planting.
What's that?
Well, after these little seeds, or foxtails you call them, they fall on the ground, and when it starts raining, these foxtails start unwinding and dig right down in the ground. See that long curl out there? That can go right straight in their ears.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying is about so dangerous. And now, it's time for our story.
Oh, boy.
Moses is a pretty old man now and hasn't been in Egypt for 40 years, but a shepherd tending his father-in-law's sheep in the land of Midian.
Moses is 80 years old.
He's 80, all right. And he was with a flock of sheep near the foot of Mount Sinai and saw this strange bush that was aflame but wasn't burning.
And God spoke to him.
Yes, he spoke right from the bush.
Moses took off his shoes, too.
God said he was standing on holy ground. That's why he took his sandals off. Now, we remember that Moses was happy when God said he was going to take his people out of Egypt, but was upset when he heard,
"Come now, Moses, and I will send you to Pharaoh the king, and you shall lead my people out of Egypt."
Oh, what an honor this was. Moses had been out in the wilderness for 40 years tending the sheep. And although the king who had started treating the Israelites so mean had died, another one had taken his place and was just as cruel to his people. But after 40 years, then Moses said, "Why me? I'm just a shepherd out here in the wilderness. You want me to go ask the Pharaoh to let the people go? This job's way too big for me. I just can't do it."
"Moses, I will be with you and help you do this."
But what if the people have suffered so much they've forgotten you and no longer worship you as they did? They may not believe me. I haven't seen any of them for over 40 long years.
"I will give a sign that I have been with you, and when you bring them to this mountain, they will know that I was with you."
What did you do? What did you?
Well, Moses said, "All right." But then, when I tell them the God of their fathers has sent me, what if they say, "Who is this God, and what's his name?" What am I going to tell them?
"Moses, tell them that I am, the one who is always living, has sent you. They will believe you."
Then God went on to tell Moses to gather the elders together.
What?
The elders.
Who is they?
They're the leaders of the Israelites, Webster.
Oh.
And go to the Pharaoh and tell him that the God of their fathers had met with them, told them to come to the Pharaoh and ask him to let them go so they could worship God in the wilderness.
Yes.
Well, Moses listened to God very carefully. Again, here he is, out there with his sheep in the flaming bush, God speaking to him. He's trying to think. He wanted to do what God wanted him to, but...
Yeah?
Then God told Moses,
"The Pharaoh will not let you go until I have shown my power in Egypt. Then he will let you leave."
What happened? What happened?
Webster, Moses still was afraid the Israelites wouldn't believe him. "Why, when I go to Egypt and tell them God spoke to me out of a burning bush, they'll probably think I've just been out in the wilderness too long and have started daydreaming or something."
Oh, no.
He said, "Please give me something to show the Egyptians and my people to prove that you have spoken to me and gave me the instructions when I arrived." And God did just this.
Yeah, what was it, Jimmy? What did you do?
"What are you holding in your hand, Moses?"
Look, Webster. You see here? There it is.
The staff.
Right. Oh, I wish each of you had a Bible like ours. We have a beautiful picture here of Moses standing by the burning bush, and the sheep were all around too. Now, Moses told God, "It's my shepherd's staff, the one I use in guiding the sheep." God told him to throw it on the ground, and guess what happened?
I don't know. What?
Webster, the rod turned into a snake.
A snake?
Yes. And this frightened Moses, and he started to run, but God told him to pick it up by the tail
Did it do it?
Certainly.
And then what happened?
It turned right back into his staff.
Wow.
Then God told Moses to put his hand inside of his mantle.
Just what?
Clothes. You remember I said Moses now wore an animal skin?
Yeah.
Okay, it'd be like putting your hand in your shirt. And he did, but when he took it out, it was all white and scaly, like leprosy.
What was that?
Webster, it's a terrible skin disease. This really frightened Moses, but God told him to put his hand back in his clothes. When he brought it out, it was well again. Now God told him to go. Show the people how the rod will turn into a snake, and if they don't believe you, then show them how your hand will turn into that of a leper. And then God told him one more thing to do.
What, Jimmy? What?
God said, if they still do not believe you, take some water out of the Nile River and pour it on the ground, and it will turn into blood.
Blood?
Yeah. You see, I'm sure God knew it would take something really startling to make them know Moses was telling the truth. But Webster, even after God had shown Moses all of these things, Moses still thought he was not the right man to go back to Egypt.
What?
Yes. He asked God to send someone else. He said he wasn't able to speak out in public. God said, I'll make sure you say the right things. But Moses wanted another one to be chosen for such a great task. Then God said for Moses to let his brother Aaron do the talking, and Moses would show the special signs to the people with the rod.
Huh?
Well, now Moses and his brother Aaron could be sort of a team.
Yeah.
So Moses finally agreed and told God he would do it.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yes, Webster. Moses took the sheep back to his father-in-law, Jethro, and said he wanted to go to Egypt to see if his people were still there. And Jethro said, all right, son, go in peace. So Moses took his wife and sons with him, and on the way to Egypt he met his brother Aaron.
Yes?
And together, Moses and Aaron went to meet the elders of Israel in the land of Goshen.
I remember Goshen.
Right, this is the land where Joseph had brought the people when he was in Egypt many years before this.
Yeah.
When the elders saw Moses and Aaron, they thanked God for not forgetting their prayers. Oh, our time is gone.
Oh.
Dear Heavenly Father, just as you spoke to Moses, we pray that our hearts will be tuned to your will so that we can do the things you want us to do. We thank you for the printed instructions, our Bibles, that we can read and study. Knowing this is so important in understanding the spiritual things in our daily lives. Be with us as we attend our various places of worship this weekend, or whenever we gather to study and pray together. Amen. Well, gang, we're going to have to leave Moses and Aaron right there and start a new chapter next week called The Wicked Pharaoh. Be good, go to Sunday school now, and remember, this is Uncle Jimmy Weldon and...
Now, we switch gears and go from one of the greatest quarter-hour shows dealing with the Bible to a wartime show to raise money for the military. It's called Dimes for Defense.
October 2nd is National Newspaper Boy Day. In cooperation with the United States Treasury Department, your local newspapers and newspaper boys who deliver and sell United States war-saving stamps present an all-star radio program, Dimes for Invasion, starring Morton Downey,
George Tucker, Associated Press war correspondent, who has just returned from North Africa. You'll hear the Paulist Boys Choir with David Brookman and the Treasury Orchestra and Chorus. The program opens with Strike Up the Band. Well, how many war stamps have the newspaper boys sold, Ellie?
$90 million worth.
$90 million. Well, that's really a marvelous record.
It sure is. Now, National Newspaper Boy Day want all our customers to buy at least $1 worth of extra war stamps. Yes, sir. These extra dimes for war stamps are dimes for invasion.
The Newspaper Boys of America present Mr. George Tucker, Associated Press foreign war correspondent, who will tell you one of his thrilling eyewitness stories of his experiences in North Africa. Mr. Tucker will be introduced by Lloyd Stratton, Assistant General Manager and Secretary of the Associated Press. Mr. Stratton.
Ladies and gentlemen, of the gallant Associated Press correspondents who have been reporting the war for you in the Mediterranean theater of operations, one has lost his life, 2 are prisoners of the enemy, and 2 have been painfully injured. Of the 2 injured, one, Wes Gallagher, with a steel brace on his back because of a fractured vertebra, is already on his way back to the front. The other, who is pleading to be sent back just as soon as his physician will permit, is George Tucker. He underwent a grave surgical operation in New York only last August 4th as a result of an injury in a plane crack-up in Tunisia. Tucker was for 10 years an Associated Press Broadway columnist. But Tucker wanted to give up the glitter of Broadway to report the danger and action of the battlefield. Tell us, George, why must a correspondent, whose job is reporting rather than shooting, take such risks?
Well, Lloyd, in the first place, you've got to see a battle to get the feel of it. You've got to get it in your blood to be able to tell about it. You've got to run the same risks the soldier runs. You've got to sleep in ditches and get bugs on you and go hungry. But don't misunderstand me. Correspondents don't take unnecessary risks. They're thinking every minute of getting a story, getting it written, and getting it back to headquarters for censorship and transmission.
George, suppose you tell us, what do you think was your most thrilling experience?
That's not such an easy question. I can think of a good many experiences as we drove Rommel across Libya. I spent some time with British sappers digging out landmines and other diabolical death traps left by the Nazis. But I think I'll tell you about one night in Tunisia. It was the night of April the 19th. I had been out with the British fleet and had heard of the remarkable accomplishment of the 57th American Fighter Group the day before. You may recall they shot down 76 Yonkers 52s in 15 minutes and damaged or destroyed 28 others. These were the big Nazi transports with which the Nazis were trying to escape from Cape Bon. I came ashore and caught a ride on an army truck about 40 miles up the road to the 57th headquarters. I got there about 11:30 at night, The men were intense and were just turning in, but I scrambled around and managed to get my story within a few minutes. I was told I could use a trailer, which was actually the 57th Operations Office, to write my story. It was a bright moonlit night with low scattered clouds. I was all alone in the trailer, writing. Suddenly, I heard that distinctive whum-whum of a German bomber coming from the clouds. If you've ever heard it, you never forget it. The next thing I knew, the sky burst into light. The Germans had dropped flares to light up the target. I started to move. I thought I could sort of back away from that light. Then it occurred to me that flares spread for a couple of miles, not just a couple of 100 yards. So I ran. I came to a hole about 4 feet deep. Had it been the foundation of an ACAC gun. I fell into it just as the bombs came. They were anti-personnel bombs, designed not for damage, but for killing men. It was all over, I thought, instantly. I went back to the trailer and started writing again. And then they came back again, flying low and fast. They had merely ducked into the clouds and turned around and come back. I ran for the hole again. This time, several soldiers joined me. And it sounds a little fantastic to tell about it now, but those bombers came back every 15 minutes, from midnight to about 4 o'clock in the morning. I would go back to the trailer, write a paragraph, and they'd come again. And then I'd have to run for that hole and wait for them to drop their bombs. Soon there were 30 or 40 of us crowded in that hole. Officers, pilots, members of ground crews.
How did they take it, those men, George?
Well, Lloyd, good-naturedly. Those men knew what they were up against. They were joking all the time. Of course, some of us prayed. Some mighty fine pilots were killed that night.
George, do you have any final message from those boys over there? Those boys you are aching to rejoin?
Yes, I do. Friends, those men of yours are fighting a mighty hard, tough fight for a speedy and final victory. I hope I've given you just a glimpse of what they're going through. They're doing their job and they're not complaining. But they expect you to do your part, to keep up the effort on the home front to the limit. That means working harder and sacrificing more, buying more and more war bonds and stamps, so they can come back to a future of peace and security.
Thank you, George Tucker and Lloyd Stratton of the Associated Press. Now here is one of America's popular radio song stars, Morton Downey.
Hello, folks, and to all the newspaper boys, a special hi, fellas. You did it before, and you can do it again. Back up your fighting men with war stamps today. And you folks, keep on buying war stamps and war bonds for speedy victory and peace. Now, David Brookman and the orchestra and chorus join me in a popular war song, In My Arms. In my arms, in my arms, ain't I never gonna get a girl in my arms? In my arms, in my arms, ain't I never gonna get a bundle of charms? Comes the dawn, I'll be gone, I just gotta have a honey hold me tight. You can't keep me, little man, you're time, if I'm gonna go to Berlin, give me a girl in my arms tonight. In my arms, in my arms, in my arms, in my arms, ain't I never gonna get a girl in my arms? In my arms, in my arms, in my arms, in my arms, ain't I never gonna get a bundle of charms? Comes the dawn, I'll be gone, and I thank you for the many letters you write. As for something nice, you can female, I'll never get it in the female. Give me a girl in my arms tonight. In my arms, in my arms, in my arms, ain't I never gonna get a girl in my arms? In my arms, in my arms, ain't I never gonna get a bundle of charms? I'll be gone. Now does anybody want to see me ride? You can't keep your shaving cream and lotion if I'm gonna cross the ocean. Give me a girl in my arms tonight. Give me a girl in. 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 Give me a girl in my arms tonight.
friends, every dime counts. Your dimes for war stamps or dimes for invasion, for victory and peace. This is Larry Elliott speaking for the United States Treasury Department, and a salute to your local newspapers and newspaper boys who sell and deliver war stamps. When these boys call to ask you to buy at least $1 worth of extra war stamps, remember they're doing their part to help you, the 20 million newspaper subscribers, to continue your full share in support of America's war effort. Make your dimes count. Buy that extra dollar's worth of war stamps from your newspaper boy to celebrate National Newspaper Boy Day. When you buy war stamps and war bonds, you are investing in victory and the future security of this land of our fathers. The United States Treasury Department thanks George Tucker and Lloyd Stratton of the Associated Press, Morton Downey, and the Paulus Choir under the direction of Fred Becker. Also this station for the use of its facilities. The Treasury Orchestra and Chorus were under the direction of David Brookman. This especially transcribed production was directed by Everett George Opie. This is Larry Elliott speaking.
Thanks for joining me for an hour of some of the old-time radio shows young America liked the best. I'm River Gibbs. Join me again next time right here